Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we are sponsored by Dragonheir to celebrate the launch of the brand new season 2 of the game, which is beginning on the 15th of December. Hey guys, nubkeks for the future here. Quick little update because I actually have a brand new promo code for you to use as well. So make sure to click the link in the description or the pinned comment down below to download the game and use my gift code, which is Dragon Season. All one word, Dragon Season. And yeah, check out season 2 of Dragonheir. It's a brand new season, span new game. I want to say a big thank you to Dragonheir as well for giving me access to their test server. You're seeing gameplay of it right here on screen right now. A little sneak preview of the new content, because there's tons of new content coming in season 2. They gave me a whole bunch of champions to play around with as well. We're going to be checking out some of them in today's video, including some of the brand new champions that are going to be coming exclusively first in season 2. Like I said, season 2, it's beginning on the 15th of December. The title of it is Fall of Increscent, which is pretty cool. And it seems to be, from the stuff I played so far, very awesome setting on sort of an island setting. I think there's a lot of sea-based gameplay and stuff like that, and quite a bit to do with the Sheen elves, which are kind of like the high elves in the Dragonheir setting, which is something I really like. There's going to be like this whole new sandbox world to explore, new strategies, new optimizations for the game. It's basically a brand new game in a lot of different ways. So the whole region that you're sort of seeing this take place in is called Aethercarn, which is a series of islands that form this new sandbox world for season 2. Of course, Dragonheir being an open world RPG, right, where you're exploring the world, doing quests, fighting all the fights. It's cool stuff. Let's talk about a bunch of the new strategy things that are coming in season 2. So one of the big ones, massive one that changes really everything in the game, are the new elemental affinities, right? So whereas in season 1 fire was paired with poison, not anymore. This time around, fire's with necrosis, ice is with radiance, and lightning is with poison. So if we jump straight over into the game, for example, right here we are. I can show you, obviously I've got everything unlocked because we're on the test server right here, but I can show you, you know, some of the teams that I'm going to be putting together. So like for me, you guys know Chrysos on my actual account. He's my boy. He is amazing. My best champion. He is coming in. He's our tank, right? He's giving us shields for the whole team and ripping shields off the enemy, giving them attack bounty. So I've got him as my tank in for fire. That's cool. Erich, he is a free legendary that does damage while based. Okay, that's cool. I've got a couple of good damage dealers in there in fire. I'm pretty well set up. But whereas before it was paired with poison, and I was using from, you know, the story from season 1, I was using Hexandra as my AoE healer all the time. Well, she's not in the same affinity anymore. She's in a different affinity. That's going to completely change it up. I was using Vikuk as well as a healer who also brings in debuff removal. Again, they're still great champions. I can still use them, but they're not going to get the full elemental affinity bonus. So I'm thinking I'm going to be bringing in some necrosis over here. And one that I think is well worth looking at is Zarloth. I pulled Zarloth recently. He is absolutely incredible. It'd be quite similar to Vorash, you might know from the ice affinity. But a big thing that he does is every 4th attack, he's going to be healing and also inflicting silence. He can put recharging speed penalty on an enemy. But then his ultimate is going to do AoE damage. It's going to fear them. But it's also going to heal allies by a portion of his attack. So it's like you build this guy with lots of attack. He's going to do not only good damage, but he's also going to heal more the more you build his attack up. So he's sort of a damage dealer / support. So I think he's a strong one to bring in. And then a rare champion, I think, that could work really well is Megan. I've seen a lot of people using her in season 1. And again, she's a necrosis-based healer. So my plan is to put these necrosis supports with my fire damage, at least at the start of the season. We'll see how things go. So she can dispel defense penalty. She can heal an ally and recharge their ultimate energy, then give defense up and recovery over time, right? So it's I think that's one of the most fun things about this is you have to completely change up your strategies based off from season 1, right? My fire plus poison team, yeah, I can still run them, but if I want that 5 elemental bonus for the biggest bonuses, gotta be using them with necrosis now. There are also 3 new damage types in the game and 30 new heroes. So check out one right now that has one of these new damage types. We've got Burn, Ice Blast, and Thunderbolts. I think it's pretty obvious, right? Thunderbolts with lightning, Ice Blast has got to be with the ice, and Burning with fire. Let's take a look at fire. Again, I'm a big fan of fire. I don't know. It's just something that appeals to me. I did play a bit of fire in Magic the Gathering as well. That was sort of my favorite deck color. But I did see a cool new legendary. You can see the sort of key word here representing these special ones. We've got obviously Wild from fire, you'll be well familiar with if you played before. Now we've got the burn keyword in there with a couple of new burn heroes. Quick look at this guy, Karf, Pirate, very appropriate for this whole like sea-based season 2. We've got this guy, looks absolutely ridiculous. Duram, amazing. He looks unbelievably cool. But the one I want to look at first actually is, where is he? It's the one with the hardest name to say. Look at this guy, Ashetius. Super cool. So we look at him, he's got massive base attack, he's got good crit damage and all of that. But let's check out Burn. He's got attack in all battles. Let me just make sure I'm not covering it. No, I'm not. We're all good. But check it out. So this is how he's working. Fire control. Basic attacks do an additional 50% fire damage to enemies in 3 adjacent tiles in front of the hero. When the basic attack deals damage to enemies under Burn, increase the hero's ultimate energy by 5%. Okay, so we want to have Burn in there to be benefiting from this. What is Burn? Well, here is Burn. This is what it does. Invokes explosions at the carrier's position every 10 seconds, consuming 1 stack of Burn and doing 140% attack fire derivative damage to the carrier and surrounding enemies, and it can add up to 10 stacks. So we want to stack up this Burn. It's going to start exploding as it goes, and one really cool thing here is this derivative damage. So this really changes how you're going to build these fire heroes, right? Derivative damage is boosted by Enlightenment. Affects the value of derivative damage, right? Pretty cool. So now suddenly we've got a whole bunch of gear sets that before were giving Enlightenment and not so useful on most heroes. It was mostly just used for poison-based heroes who were doing sort of derivative damage, I think. Now we've got a bunch of fire heroes who are going to use it as well. Wrath of Lava, right? 350% fire damage to enemies within range and a big AoE around him. And as a chance, books up to 100% here, scrolls up to inflict 1 stack of burn for 10 seconds. You could actually get this recharge time lower than 10 seconds, again with the right gear sets, and just keep stacking it. Then his ultimate detonation dispels all enemies' burns, does 500% fire damage to them, then triggers blast on all enemies with each enemy as the blast center, dealing additional 190% fire damage to surrounding enemies. For each stack of burn previously dispelled, the blast damage is increased by 75%. So stack up those burns. The more burns you're bringing in the team, the better. And this guy's going to be doing massive AoE damage. Just an attack-based monster. And on top of that, guys, there's loads more strategy changes coming. I think there's going to be merfolk are coming to the game as well as a new hero kinsfolk. I think that's going to be a different type of traveler you can make, if I'm not wrong. There's going to be new dungeon bosses as well. There's going to be new equipment to collect and new artifacts to collect too. I'm not sure. Do I have any of the new equipment sets here? I think they might have given me some. Let's see. So this one, I believe, is new. Inventor's Inspiration. Gives you attack and crit rate. Every time you cast a battle skill or an ultimate skill, you receive an 8% damage bonus for 15 seconds that stacks up to 4 times. So again, this is one that's going to really work well, I'd say, with skill haste, where you cast more skills. It's going to work really well on characters as well that have low cooldowns on their skills, so they can pump that stuff out. But pretty cool, right? That's just one example of the new sets, which is very, very cool. And not only that, guys, not only do we have all of these new strategy elements, which is really cool, not to mention, right, the whole seasonal thing, right? The start of the season, I think you keep all the characters you've collected and all the artifacts you've collected and all of that. You actually get reset back down to level 1 to do this new storyline. And yeah, you can sort of, build up different teams from what you built up before. It's like a fresh slate for everyone to start from, really, in a big way. Again, it's very much like a brand new game. On top of that, a bunch of new optimizations are coming to the experience. So there's going to be a smoother early game. Pretty awesome. That's great. Actually, I will say, for me and probably for a lot of you watching, right? We've played a lot of Raid Shadow Legends, so we're kind of familiar with this genre. So I actually found the early game in Season 1 to be pretty great, actually. But hey, look, making it better, that's a win for me. I'll take that. And certainly for, less experienced players, it's probably going to make a big difference. So that's awesome to hear. There's going to be faster growth as well. So getting through the game faster, doing all of that stuff. There are also going to be a bunch of seasonal benefits coming in too. So based off of like how much stuff you got done in season 1, there's going to be a bunch of rewards. And likewise, the more stuff you do in season 2, you're going to get a bunch of really cool rewards when we go into season 3. So there are fourth fairing summons, season 1 reward shop, which is cool, and a season 2 exclusive summon pool as well. So all of those rewards are happening like in the game right now. So jump in and make sure not to miss it. Or well, it's going to be happening from the 15th of December, I should say. And yeah, again, do well here in this season, and you're going to reap the rewards then when season 3 comes around, and you'll be well prepared for it as well. So there you go, guys. Thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring the video. Again, Dragonheir is available right now on Windows and on Mac. On Windows, it's available on Steam and the Epic Game Stores. And it's also available on mobile platforms on Android and iOS. And of course, there's full cross compatibility, right? I can play on my phone, on my Android phone. Then I can, log in on my PC on the Steam, and I can be playing on my account on Steam as well. You can fully hop between the two, which is just fantastic. Again, link in the description and the pinned comment down below. Download Dragonheir right now. Check out the brand new season. It's basically a brand new game. Guys, thanks for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.